My name is Nick, United States Marine Corps veteran, here on Veteran Inc. to share the story behind my military tattoos. My military tattoos definitely have a direct link to what I went through being in the military. I have a handful that I drew myself, a lot that came from inspiration, trying to figure out how to express myself essentially. And the way I did that was through art, and I've always been drawn to getting art on my body, so I just decided to go ahead and do something super unique and do it myself. I have, for those I love, I will sacrifice. It's on my chest. I do have another quote on my right bicep. It's brotherhood is by choice, not by blood. The other one I do have, I drew myself, is on my forearm. It's a candy skull, which in the Mexican tradition is supposed to remind you that, you know, death is beautiful, and it's not supposed to be something that you're supposed to dwell on. It's another way to pass in life and just the next stage, so that way you don't have to continue to mourn, but you just be happy that, you know, they are not in pain, they're not suffering anymore. Another one I do have is because I am proud. It is kind of, as you would call it, a boot tattoo. It's on my left tricep. It is USMC, but it's in a very unique font that I had the tattoo artist do himself to make sure that it was still in a way unique, but also something that was still very meaningful to myself, because not a lot of people choose to go through the Marine Corps. You know, not a lot of people want to do the Marine Corps. So I think that's prideful in itself. So I didn't want to just make that event in my life something that I just continue to look past. This one is a lion. It's just to continue to keep showing myself that I need to push regardless of what happens in life. You know, life is, as much as it sucks, life is a game, and you just have to keep pushing, keep trying to put yourself on top, and keep allowing yourself to, you know, excel in whatever you do. Continue to be the hunter, not the hunted. So I did get a few tattoos in the military. One was on my chest. It's a cross directly on my sternum. This one reminded me to always keep my faith. The cross itself is kind of breaking a little bit, but that's just to remind myself that, yeah, you kind of had those times where it was tough to keep your faith, but you always stayed true to what you believe in, and you never forgot, you know, exactly what you need to do when it comes to doing the right thing. So the military did have regulations on tattoos. As you know, Marines aren't allowed to get sleeves. So me being myself and who I am, I pushed those limits of those regulations, and I cut it very close. They tried to write me up. I did show them the order, I did show them the regulation, and showed them my measurements as well. It came down to that. And then after showing them that I was in regulation, they decided to leave it alone. Obviously, they continued to try to push it, but it wasn't successful for them. You know, my very first tattoo was when I was 16, and that was due to my brother actually passing in the Marine Corps. He was killed in action. And when I got it on my ribs. I got it somewhere that I knew I wanted it, and I got it somewhere that I wanted it to be seen, and I wanted it to be felt. And I didn't want it to be small. I wanted it to be just monumental for him. A little bit about my military experiences. Unfortunately, it was cut short. I did want to, you know, do another 4 years, but medically I could not. So I would say it was definitely life-changing. You know, as dramatic as that sounds, it was life-changing. You know, I had a lot of loss prior to it. I had a lot of, you know, situations I was put through that I never would have been put through if I never joined. So it definitely matured me. It developed who I am as a person today, and it definitely made me a little bit more, not even a little bit, a lot more appreciative of who I am and what I've accomplished, what I've done. It just reminds you not to take, you know, the simple things or just life in general for granted. You just want to continue to be the best person that you can be, and try to improve people's lives around you, and that's what I've taken away from being in the military. A couple things that influenced me to join the military would be my father and my brother, Alex, the one that was killed in action in 2012. They definitely, as you know, as contradicting as it sounds, it was something that really kind of pushed me to that point where I felt like I needed to do something to make them both proud, and also do something different with my life that would make a difference in not just my own life, but, you know, other people around me. Be that guardian, you know, be that person that could potentially save someone's life in the future. Describing the military in 3 words: unpredictable, frustrating, and tiring. I chose those three specific words. Looking back at it, I can laugh now. But when I was in, my boots, walking around every day, stiff as a board, it was, the status of it was really, really nice. But the amount of work that you do as a Marine, it's strenuous. It can push anyone's limits, regardless of how much you want to work, what kind of work ethic you do have. And that's how I think it is. It's something that really pushes anyone's limits, regardless of who you are.